Joining us now to talk about the assassination attempt is retired Secret Service agent G. Michael Verdon. He is the founder and CEO of the Lake Forest Group. Good morning.
Good morning.
I heard one analyst say there is the official security perimeter and the unofficial security perimeter. This is an outdoor event, and this gunman is 148 yards away. Should that be part of the unofficial security perimeter?
I've never heard that terminology,
Okay.
but in my experience, that's part of your security footprint, even if it's outside that perimeter. And to cut to the chase, that should have been a post. There should have been a presence on top of that rooftop, whether it's local law enforcement, Secret Service, but it should have been covered.
How does that not happen? Is that something in the assessment when people go the week before that was missed then, or is that local police that were covering that area that day? Tell us what you think happened.
It's speculation because we weren't there, but in my experience, you're right. There's an advance. The counter assault team didn't advance. The detail didn't advance. The counter snipers didn't advance, and they determined the post for that site. In my experience, I would call back to D.C. and ask for bodies. I need so many bodies for this event. You may ask for 20 and get 15, and you make the most of what you have. So we don't know what happened as far as staffing, but absolutely, back to your coverage. In my experience, that's a post, and it should be covered.
Yeah, and so according to the law enforcement news conference, there was a report of a suspicious person in that perimeter. If you're the sniper on the roof, are you hearing all this communication so that when some body pops up on a rooftop that you have some context?
Yeah, and that's going to be part of the analysis. They're going to listen to the radio traffic. My understanding, there was 4 counter sniper teams. But also, once that person is spotted, there's a decision matrix to shoot that person. You just can't autonomously shoot at somebody. You need authorization. So once we do hear the tape, and from the time that individual was spotted until the time the shot was taken, that's important too.
Wow.
I had heard that local police work with the Secret Service in these situations, and possibly local police, if they're guarding that rooftop, are they talking to the Secret Service if they see someone?
Yeah, we have a command post. We'll have a command post on site. We'll have local law enforcement in their state, whatever. Yeah, the radio traffic, it's complicated, but they can talk to each other.
And what are your thoughts about the use of drones and or helicopters in an outdoor situation like that? Is that typically done? Should it be done?
It's typically done now. Helicopters are there to support the motorcade route. Drones are there to support the site. But back to the site, it's only 140 yards away. The counter snipers have that area under surveillance. There's also counter sniper response teams when there's enough staffing, and you'll get radio traffic, a 2-person team, go over to that building, check on that structure, check on that rooftop.
I'm curious, when you're watching this like everyone else is watching it, obviously everyone's in shock. With your background, what is your reaction? Are you angry? Did you see things they did right and wrong? What were you thinking?
Well, the incident response, I thought, was right out of the Secret Service playbook. They covered the president. If you notice, they didn't evacuate. They put him on the floor of the stage because this is seconds later, right? They don't know where the threat is. So they did the right thing. Then seconds later, they did get him back up and evacuate him stage left. The shots were from stage right, took him to the motorcade, got him to the hospital.
And very quickly, the RNC in Milwaukee, that is a planned event that's been probably in the works for a year and a half.
Correct.
Apples and oranges here in terms of security? Is it any issues? Nothing needs to be changed?
It's not apples and apples because it's a national special security event. It's not an outdoor venue. Right. No, because they've been planning. If they had to make changes now, they did something wrong. They're going to have a very strong presence at the RNC and the DNC in Chicago.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Here's a look at some of the other stories making headlines this morning.